Welcome along to South Coast Drones. We're on the south coast of New South Wales at Bedale, and today we thought we'd just take you through a quick overview of what we go through every time we set out to go on one of our missions and to fly a drone. The really important thing are the rules. The rules are set by CASA, our Civil Aviation Safety Authority regulator, and you must fly within those rules regardless of whether you're doing this to make a dollar or having a bit of recreational fun. The sort of rules I'm talking about is you can only fly for daytime, daylight hours, no nighttime flying. We can't go above 400 feet, 120 metres. The reason for that is aircraft legally can come down to 500 feet, so they like to leave a bit of a buffer, a 100-foot buffer in between us at 400 feet and low-flying aircraft at 500 feet. So another rule you see that isn't populated much is we need to stay at least 500 feet away from aircraft. So the difference between 400 feet where we can go to and 500 feet where aircraft come to is only 100 feet. You see an aeroplane come, you get out of the way, you don't stay there. You can't go within 30 metres of people, you must remain at least 30 metres away from people. And you've got to stay away from airports. So a lot of our controlled airspace, you need to stay at least 5.5 kilometres away from airport. There are exceptions to that rule, not worth talking about right now. You must always keep your drone in line of sight. So you can't, even though these things will go 5-10 kilometres away from you, you must keep your eye on them at all time. You cannot go behind a tree, you cannot go behind a house, you must always keep your eye on it. So those rules are really important. They're put there for a good reason, and as I said, they are set by CASA, and they apply to both us commercial operators and the non-commercial recreational flyers. So they're really important rules to keep in mind if you do get a drone for Christmas. Be really aware. These things will go a long way. As I said, they'll go up 5-6 miles away. They'll fly to 14,500 feet, some of these, so you're well and truly within the same airspace being used for commercial operators, so be really careful. What we thought we'd do this morning, once we got those rules out of the way, was to do a quick overview about our pre-flights, what we do. It's the first flight of the day today, so it's a little bit different for us. We need to check a few more things. We'll then put the machine in the air, we'll do a really quick circuit, bring it back and land it, and show you the shutdown procedures. They're very basic. They are all done for safety. We don't want the drone flying out of or falling out of the sky unnecessarily. So we do them for safety, but also to protect the machine as well. We don't want to lose a blade when the thing's in the air. A lot of the quadcopters, or all quadcopters, if they lose one blade, there is no redundancy. What that means is the machine will drop out of the sky. You've got an hexacopter or something like that, a little bit different. So what we thought we'd do today, we'd have a quick look at the pre-flight. What we're flying is a DJI Inspire 1 version 2, and connected to the bottom of it, we've got what we call an X5 camera. The X5 camera allows us to do professional type of photography, although the standard camera that comes with the Inspire is quite good as well. It's an X3. This is the upmarket version of that though, and a far better camera. We can adjust everything from our remote control. So let's have a real quick look at the safety procedure, or the procedures, the pre-flight procedures we go through before we go for a flight. Now, what we do, one of the first things we do is want to have a look at the propellers. The propellers have got little clips that allow you to lock the prop on. They're a quick release prop. So we want to make sure that those props are locked in place. We don't want to lose one in the air. While we're looking at the prop, we can make sure the leading edge of the prop has got no marks on it and is safe to fly. There's no cracks or anything like that. The other thing we want to do is make sure the motor spins nice. If it doesn't spin nice, it could be a problem with the bearing, which is not good when you're flying. So we usually go through, check each prop, make sure they're all locked in, make sure the leading edges are all clear, and make sure the engine spins beautifully. And these ones so far do that. So we do that for every one of the props. Make sure they're locked in. This one here, locked in, and it's good. Second thing we do is we go around the machine, make sure there's no screws loose or anything like that. Losing a prop is probably no different to losing a part of the machine. Really important. So what we'll do, let's have a look around the machine. We've got a number of screws to the side. We can see these are all in and there's no loose components. They're all good. We'll make sure there's no wires protruding from the side of the machine. That could tell us a real problem as well. We come around the other side. We also check for no loose screws. We're all good here. And no wires. The camera is held in by a locking device. We don't want to lose a camera. They're very expensive to lose. So we just make sure that's right. I know that's right. I checked that a few moments ago. The battery. The battery clips in the top here and pushes down and locks. I know that's locked. I've checked that and there's no gaps here. I can also see on the top of the battery there's an indicator to show how many, what the percentage of the battery is that's left. We've got 4 green lights. That says it's around about 100%. Those numbers, those lights, the way they normally work, we get down to 3 lights, it's 75%. We get down to 2, it's 50, 1, 25%. We've set some safeties in place with this machine. So when we get down to 30%, the machine will warn me. And at that stage, I'll bring the machine home. If we get beyond that and I keep flying, the machine will bring itself home automatically and land itself. They're a very intelligent bit of kit. So that's our quick walk around of the machine, checking for the props being all right to go, no loose screws, the battery's good, and we're all happy days. One of the final things we need to do at this stage is to make sure that we can set, and I'm not sure if you can see this, probably not. We want to make sure that we calibrate the compass. Now, what the compass calibration is all about, we need the machine to know where it is in the world. So I can calibrate it. And the way we calibrate it, we spin a 360 degrees circle, and the machine flashes different lights to tell me that was good. And then we put the machine down like this and spin it. And when it's all right to go, the green light on the back will start flashing. And I don't know if you can see that, but we have a green light flashing. Green light flashing means the compass calibration's done and we're right to go for a fly. So we've checked the machine, we know the rules, we know the compass has been calibrated, and we're pretty much right to go. So let's do a short fly. We'll fly 100 metres this way, bring the machine back, hover it and land it, and we'll have another look at what we do beyond that. So what we'll do, I'll get everyone to stand right back. We're right at clear, everyone's behind me, that's all good. What we'll do, we'll start the motors. You'll see the red lights. The red lights come on the front of the machine, red on the front, green on the back. Reverse to a car, cars have a red light on the back, we're on the front. So that way from a distance I can see where the machine is and know what the orientation of it is. So we've started the machine. Let's just put it in the hover for a minute. Click off and so the machine under GPS, the machine will hold itself in place, and it's doing that right now. These machines, we've got retractable undercarriage, so let's put the undercarriage up so it doesn't obliterate the view of any film we might take. So undercarriage goes up. Okay, and what we'll do, we'll turn the machine, we'll fly this way about 50 metres, come back and we'll land, just so you can see what's involved. So let's turn the machine around, nice and gently, no harsh moves. And let's fly the machine forward.
What are you doing with your fingers?
I'll show that in just a moment. Watch out for birds. Birds are very territorial. Okay, and now Alex just asked a really good question. What am I doing with my fingers? With the drones, the left-hand rudder, or the left-hand stick if you like, controls the rotation on the horizontal view, on the horizontal plane. So by going to the left, it'll go to the left. By going to the right, it'll go to the right. Using that same stick, If I press it down towards me, the machine will come down. If I press it upwards, the machine will go up. The other controls on the right-hand side, if I press the right-hand stick forward, the machine will go forward. If I press it left, it will go left. If I press it right, it'll come to the right. If I press it towards me, the machine will come back towards me. So at this stage, we assume we've been out, we've done one of our missions, we've done a whole lot of footage, and what we want to do is bring the machine back and land the machine. So what I'll do, I'll turn the machine towards me and we'll fly back. Now everything's in reverse, coming back towards us. So be really careful of that. It takes a lot of practice. The thing I strongly suggest, if you have a simulator for your drone, use the simulator before you even start the machine. They all have good simulators these days. One other tip for you is rather than just pull the stick on the left down and descend, keep flying the machine forward while you descend. The reason for that, these have what they call a vortex ring, and if you bring the machine straight down on itself, all the air underneath gets jumbled and the machine won't hold itself in the air. So at least if you move forward and bring the machine down, you won't develop vortex rings and the machine will still keep flying. Let's bring the machine closer back to us. So we'll just bring it down a little bit. We'll bring it towards us. And really important with retractable aircraft to bring the undercarriage down. So let's bring the undercarriage down. Now that protects the camera obviously, but also protects the machine in a big way too. We'll bring the machine a little bit closer to us. Never get too close and make sure that you keep people well and truly behind you, because if you don't, you're going to potentially cause damage. These things, while they won't cut your arm off, they'll put a decent scratch on you. Also, never take your eye off the machine. Always keep your eye on the machine and hands on the controls. Do not put your control on the ground. As you can see, these are GPS guided. I'm not touching any of the controls at the moment, and the machine is staying where I put it. They're pretty good. If I put it in the air, and if I did happen to walk off, which I'd never do, after the battery got down low enough, it would fly itself home and land it exactly where we calibrated the compass. So they're very intelligent bit of kit. Okay, let's land this machine. We put the undercarriage down. Landing's as simple as putting the stick on the left towards you and doing it very, very gently. To shut the machine's engine down, you pull that stick on the left all the way down. And that's it. That's all there is to it. They're a very simple machine to fly. Most drones these days are GPS guided, and this one certainly has a lot of real benefits with that GPS guiding. I can shoot footage, and while I'm shooting footage, the machine is looking after itself. We can position it and shoot the footage. Anyway, I think that's about it from us today. We just wanted to give you a bit of a run through on the complete flying session, how we go about it. Don't forget those rules: not above 400 feet, 30 metres away from people, only fly over daytime, do not fly over night time. Stay away from airports generally is the rule. And yeah, but all in all, have a bit of fun. Now, if there's anything we can help you with teaching you how to fly, or helping you with the rules if you're setting yourself for a license, or to set your own little business up, please give us a call. We're southcoastdrones.com.au. My name's Ian Edwards, and we'll talk to you next time. Cheers.